So you right now are looking at lesson 7 vocab, and I want to go ahead and apologize for the mess. I know that you had to find your way to that. In the future, after lesson 8, it will all be in one spot, and you can just look on the different pages. So right now, though, you need to have this in front of you. Lesson 7, and again, it looks like this. In a minute, you're going to switch out to this one, and you can't see because my screen is there. You'll go to this one right here for the rest of the words. So it's this one we're looking at and this one right now. So what I'm going to do is explain the process of vocab, and today is going to take longer than any other day. So just please pay attention so we can go through this one time and I won't have to maybe repeat myself. All right, so every 2 weeks you'll get a vocab, and we're picking up with lesson 7 because this is where Miss Eggers left off last year with English 11. So everyone will have an assigned number, and that number will last all year. So I need you to remember your number, and of course I'm writing it down, so if you do forget, I can look at my list and remind you what number you are. Now this is my biggest class, so we just have 15 words. That means that 2 people are going to be doing the same word, and that's just fine. All right, so right now all you need to do is just know your number. So Luke Beeler is 1. I know he's not here today. Rhiannon is 2. So Rhiannon will be 2 all year. Cade Carter will be 3. Haley Klein is 4. Richard is 5. JC, you're 6. So JC, remember 6. Jalen is 7. Chris, you'll be 8. Madison George is 9.
What does that mean? I've never done
Just know that you're number 9. That's all you need to know right now. Just 9. That's all I need you to know. All right, so Jax is 10. Jax needs to know 10. Macy Hill is 11. Hayden is 12. Irene is 13. Zach Hunley is 14. Liz Johnson is 15. Now we're starting over. So Ty, you and Luke will both have number 1. Madison Kirksey has number 2. Connor has 3. Destiny has 4. Jacob has 5. Caleb has 6. Ashley 7. Linda 8. Haley 9. Caitlin 10. Kylie 11. Vanna 12. Caleb 13. And Hunter 14. Have I called everybody's name?
Miss Reed?
Yes. Yes. Yes, hon. Which one is it? Richard?
Yeah, you gave me number 5, and you didn't call my name when you called out the numbers.
Oh, Richard, you're 5. You're 5.
Okay.
Hayden and Jalen, do y'all know your numbers? Okay, guys, so the next thing you need to know, everyone knows their numbers. You may forget, and that's fine, but for today, know your number. So I need you to look on the corresponding vocab for your number. So number 1, adroit. Whatever number you have, you're going to be, it's kind of like we did with a reading quote, you will be taking a card and you will be trying to draw, or you can write the synonym, which means a similar word to the word on the card, and you're going to put your name on it and give it to me. This is like a 5-minute activity. This is not meant to take 30 minutes or anything like that. If you have your colored pencils with you, it's nice. It's not required, though. I know that you may not have your colored pencils with you. So my virtual can just make it and hold it up, or take a picture of it and send it to me of your assigned number. Again, you're trying to write or draw the meaning of your word. We'll go through the words in a minute and kind of help you figure this out, what you need to draw. But in all else, you can always do a synonym or try to put the meaning in your own word. I'm going to go ahead quickly. You might give everybody one of these. Okay, so you're going to get an index card, and we're going to go ahead and go through the words and pronounce them. Now, this week's words are not difficult. Sometimes they get a little bit more difficult to pronounce, but I just think it's good to pronounce them and go through them. So the first word is adroit. Please say adroit. Adroit is an adjective. It means skillful and clever, dexterous, apt. The opposite of that will be clumsy and awkward. Okay, so guys, so adroit. What kind of people, what kind of professionals do you hope are adroit at their jobs? Doctors. So you know what, I would probably, you could make the medical insignia. You could draw a little stethoscope, something like that. You could maybe draw a diploma saying, you know, doctor, medical degree. All right, so you're getting the gist of that. So Ty and Luke, that's what you would need to do. Right. The second word is macroscopic. Please say macroscopic. Macroscopic is an adjective visible to the naked eye. So, guys, I say most things, that's not true. We have a lot of things that are microscopic that we cannot see, right? But macro means I can see it. I don't need any kind of special lenses to see that. So, again, macroscopic, if we look up in the sky, what things are macroscopic to us? Clouds are macroscopic, stars, some stars, the sun sometimes, not today, the moon, right, macroscopic. Thank you. It can even be simple like, okay, would you rather have a microscopic spider on your wall or a macroscopic? Now think about that carefully. I'd rather it be macro, that way I know where it is. If it's micro, I'm not going to be able to see it. It's going to get in my shoe or in my bed. And anyway, something like that macro. We can see it with our naked eye. Okay, so Rhiannon and Madison, something with macro. You're going to draw something with macro. Right, number 3 is fatuous. Please say fatuous. Fatuous is an adjective, foolish, inane, silly, asinine. It means the opposite would mean sensible and wise. So if you're going to draw an example of fatuous, this is Cade's and Connor's. What could you draw? What would show it being silly or foolish? A clown, not it, but a clown. Someone sticking their tongue out, something like that. All right, next, bovine. Please say bovine. Bovine is an adjective pertaining to cows or cattle. Now, this came up last period because a lot of people are using it as a noun, and it can be used as a noun. And as long as you're using it correctly, I'm not going to be persnickety on that. I'm not going to, count off for that. Typically here, you would need to have a noun after bovine. So it could be bovine classes, bovine materials, bovine vaccinations. But if you want to just use it as a noun, I'm not going to count off for that. So for bovine, that would be Kaylee Klein, and Destiny would be drawing something to do with bovine. All right, next is ferret. Please say ferret. Ferret. How many of you guys think it's a little brown animal? It is, a little cute kind that some people have as pets. It can also mean a verb to search or drive out. All right, so ferret. So 5 is going to be Richard has ferret, as does Jacob. So ferret. If you are trying to search or drive out, I honestly think of how ladies, we put our hands in our purse, we kind of ferret something out of there. Or guys, you're driving on the road and I hope you pull over, if you drop something under your car seat, you're trying to ferret it out. Right, that's ferret. So I think of a hand, either in a purse or under a car seat, trying to find something out. Ferret. All right, 6 is affectation. Please say affectation. Affectation is a noun, a phony attitude, a pose. Instance. Okay, well, make sure our phone's on silent. All right, so I say that I'm a hypocrite because last period my alarm went off. That it was flash flooding or something because the students went off and then mine. I thought I stopped that, but anyway. It happens to all. The worst I've seen of that is a funeral and someone had their phone went off. And one time, it was embarrassing. It went off again. And then so the minister doing it said, I'm not to answer, I'll be God calling. It was just one of those awkward moments. It wasn't me, but it was like he was sitting in front of me and it was just awkward. I'm pretty sure he turned his phone off then. Okay. It was awful. Okay. So affectation, guys, how could you draw affectation and show someone is, insincerity or a sham? Affectation. Where do you see affectation? Phony attitude, a pose. Insincerity, a sham. That makes me think of a shady dealer maybe trying to sell watches on the side of the street. Hey, I got a wristwatch just for you, right? Affectation. These are good watches. It could be someone like, oh, those shoes are so last week. Affectation. So insincerity, again, hard to draw. I might do the synonyms on that one for me. That would be hard to draw. Anonym means sincerity and genuineness. So affectation is not that. All right, so 6, again, is JC and is Caleb. All right, 7 is knell. Please say knell. Knell is a noun, a sound made by a bell, often rung slowly for a death or funeral. So what could you draw for that?
One of those like purses.
Yes, that would be great. A bell, right? I'm pretty sure you've seen that word in Edgar Allan Poe short stories because someone's always dying in those. All right, dichotomy. Please say dichotomy. Dichotomy is a noun, a division into two parts. So 8 would be Chris and Linda. So what could you draw for dichotomy?
Basically, subdivision in two parts with disagreements, right?
It doesn't have to be disagreements, but it could be.
Basically, just politics in general.
Ah, isn't that the truth? There you go. Enough said. Yes, we're all there. Perfect. All right, next is callow. Please say callow. Callow is an adjective, young and inexperienced, immature. So we might say some of the 8th graders might seem callow, but we still love them. Juniors or seniors are mature and sophisticated. So if you were trying to draw callow, young and inexperienced, what might you draw? What is it? Oh no, such a simple. I'm thinking even of, you know how the young animals have to be taught by their moms or dads things? I think of a little callow, a bird maybe, or something trying to learn things. All right, so number 9, who has that? That would be Madison and Haley. Next is laconic. Please say laconic. Laconic is an adjective using few words, short and concise, pithy, and taciturn. The opposite of that would be verbose, something that just goes on and on. So laconic, I hope your college essays, they need to be laconic. They don't need to go on for pages and pages. So what could you draw for laconic? One thing you could write pithy to show it's, it's shorter. But if you want to draw something, what could you draw for that? Laconic. Because Jax has to do that, and so does Caitlin Ross. What do y'all think about laconic? Something short. Pithy. Anybody? Oh, I got it. A text message. I mean, what do you prefer to read? A laconic text message or one that goes on for the bubble?
Depends on the mood.
That's true. And then someone said last period, I'd rather read one long one than like 55 little tiny ones. I thought that's true. So text messages tend to be laconic. Okay, next is quiddity. Please say quiddity. Quiddity is a noun, an essential quality, essence. So it says patience is the quiddity of a good teacher. So let's think of quiddities of certain occupations. So we have to have like, what would a police officer need to be? What quiddity would they need to have? We're looking at more like a personality trait, like patience.
Patience, maturity.
Yes,
They need to take the job seriously.
they really do, and they need to remain calm. So I would think all those things would be quiddities of being a police officer. Yes, honey, you might used to do the QR code. So a quiddity, what about a quiddity of a good student? What would the quiddity of a good student be?
Good listener.
Good listener.
Sorry, Vanna said
Would have
that.
been good listener. Yes, absolutely. So who has quiddity? 11. That would be Macy and Kylie. Kylie Madison has 11. All right, patent. Please say patent. Patent is an adjective, evident or obvious, indisputable, apparent. I think of a hole in the wall. The hole in the wall was patent, right? Or you could say the strain between the two, the ex-boyfriend and girlfriend, was patent. You cut the tension with a knife, it's obvious. So it doesn't have to be physical. It could be something that's, metaphorical. You see the tension is patent. It's there. It's evidence, obvious. So 12 is patent. That would be Hayden is doing patent, and so is Vanna. So you could also, if you want to do the synonyms, you could do that too. All right, 13 is peccadillo. Please say peccadillo. Peccadillo is a noun, a minor offense, a misdeed. So I think of, things that aren't good to do, but it's not going to be like murder. So maybe running a stoplight is a peccadillo, right? A minor offense. So 13 would be Irene, and also Caleb Floyd has that as well. All right, next to last is sagacious. Please say sagacious.
Pardon this interruption, but any senior who needs to have their composite picture made can go to the library at this time. If any senior who still needs to have their picture made, go to the library at this time. Thank you.
Have you all heard of the sage of the community? Have you heard the term sage? Oh, he's a sage. That's where it comes from, sagacious. I think of Yoda. Yoda is a sage. Yoda knows, you all know, you know everything. So sagacious, you could draw Yoda. You could write the word shrewd, intelligent. Someone said last period a judge. So instead of drawing a judge, I might be tempted to draw a gavel. The gavel, for me, would be much easier. And let's see, who has sagacious? That would be Zach Hundley, and Hunter Passmore has sagacious. Finally, rationalize. Please say rationalize. Rationalize is a verb to make an excuse for, to justify. So 15, that would be Liz, and we don't have another one. So Liz, it all rests on you. So those are our words. So does everyone understand what I need you to do? This is just going to be every other week. You'll be given a new packet. You know your number. If not, I've got it written down. This is a quick activity, and then we're moving on. Questions on vocab. Okay, when you finish that today, because this is a block class, I have something else for you to do. If you'll scroll down that assignment lesson 7 and go to the doc, everybody will see the Google Doc. And these are the directions. Write a sentence for each vocab word. Be sure to use the word correctly in your sentence. Now, this is kind of like a swimming pool. Everyone's jump in when you don't see someone's cursor there, right? So here's the deal, though. I need to be honest with you. These are going to be up for the class to read, because when you put something like this, it's publication. A lot of times we'll read most of them. If there's a grammatical error or anything wrong with them, we're going to go ahead and change them. Right? Not to be like, oh, sorry, but a mistake, but a typo. With human, everybody does. It's to make sure that we're learning. We're learning to be carefully right, and we're trying to learn things about commas, subject verb agreement that you might be a little fuzzy on. So here's the deal. If you don't want to publish your sentence, because if you're doing this, you need to write the sentence, put your name beside it. You need to go ahead and make an attachment of a separate Google Doc and attach it here where I can see it. So today we're doing 5 words. Thursday we'll do the next 5. Whatever day we meet again after the holiday, which I hope it'll be, because this is an A-week, if next week will be, I'm not sure. So when we meet again, we'll do the last 5. And then you'll have your quiz on this, okay? So here's the deal. If you always publish your words, you do all 15 always, there will be 2 times this semester that you will be exempt from the quiz. You'll get an automatic perfect score for publishing your work. I think it's a good deal. Most people do it, but if they're very shy, I don't force anybody to do it.
But how do you do?
You write sentences on the shared Google Doc.
On all of the words?
Yes, today it's 5. There'll be 5 more at the bell work on Thursday, 5 more after the break. Here's the catch, though. You have to do it every time for all lessons. You can't just do it willy-nilly. If you do willy-nilly, I'll be like, well, thank you for doing it sometimes, but that's all, you know. Now, here's the deal. Sometimes people do get a little bit, they don't resent it because it's like, oh, well, but it's kind of a little bit of a downer when those have to take the test who haven't been doing it publicly. You're not being punished. I'm just rewarding those for sticking their neck out. For going ahead and put their sentence down. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay, you can take it or not. It's just something I offer. So, I'm going to give you a few minutes to write your sentences and decorate your card. When you finish, put your name on it. I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to put it under the words on the word wall, and we'll read a few sentences. Now, after we finish our 5, we're going to go ahead and continue working on our resume and college essay. Last period, I needed to go over that again with them because I had a few that were out of pocket on Friday. I had some that were virtual, and it was glitchy. So I don't care a bit to go back over that again. I've found another source with 35 prompts on it that I will post in a minute, and that gives you more options on that. So guys, the due date for the essay and the resume is Monday night, 11:59. Okay, so but here's the deal. You get the rest of the period today. You get all the period on Thursday minus your 5 vocab. And by the way, you can so do that out of class if you want to, but I'll just give you class time to do it. Does that make sense? And I spoke with someone, and I said, is this too much? Is this too rushed? No, this is as much time as we've ever had to work on that. So, oh, great. So that's good. No length requirement, just need to do it. Does anybody have questions on the vocab? Okay. You're doing the first 5. If you don't want to publish, make a document and attach it assignment. And it will not be read in class. How are you all doing? Y'all doing okay? Do y'all have any questions for me? Okay, so you understand the vocab and the document and everything? And the deal, if you publish all your words, your sentences, you can be exempt from 2 quizzes. I call the day when you're exempt. Okay, you'll get that 2 times. Okay, let me know if you have questions. Oh, yes.
Do we make a copy of that, or do we write on that one? On that?
You write on this one, which I know it's a little annoying. I compare it to a swimming pool. You have to find a little area where no one's cursor's on and do that.
Okay.
Okay. If you write on a piece of paper, you can.
Because like, that's going to be hard when
It's-
like topping and
It's
not topping.
it's doable. I've done it for years. It's just it takes a little bit of patience. But if you don't want to do it, you can put it on paper. But that means you're not going to be you won't be exempt for the quizzes. A couple of this semester. And that's fine. So
But we won't be exempt if we do it on paper.
no, because you're not publishing. This is publishing, and we can read the sentences. It's a choice you have. You can do either way. Okay. I know it's a lot, but look at it this way. This is the last time we had so much, and then next time it's all on. The idea is that you know these words, you're so ready to move on. There could be, this class is starting, so we'll be something. You can write synonyms, or if you can put it in your own words, you can do that too. Okay, so. I would put that too as well. But you will eventually. The car and get a sorry, I'm fine. The car you're doing, typical components you're going to be using. You're drawing, you're drawing opinions, you're having the words, putting your own words, the definition, that's fine. I just want you to think about the words. And again, you'll be responsible for all these things, but we're just doing it hard for one of them. So that's the reason to remember. That makes sense. I would, not all the words you have written in them. And again, when you finish this, go ahead and move on to your working on your resume and college essay. Yes. That's perfect. That's so perfect. You need to put your name on it. Hey guys, you need to put your name beside your, I could find it, it would take me forever to ferret that information out. But you don't just put your name beside it. Put your name beside your sentence. Remember, number 8, so you're doing dichotomy. So you're going to draw what dichotomy means. What does dichotomy look like? Guys, let me know if you're coming in from your composite and you need a card or you need a number. Yes. You may. Yes. I'm debating on physical, but there is research that shows that it is helpful to write things down. I just hate. What you all hold till I turn the heat, I turn off the heat, I turn it. But once you finish those who are coming in like some composite, let me know because this is when you go to Google Doc and write sentences for the first 5 vocab words on that shared Google Doc. There is an option if you don't want to try to use the word count. Yes, former college people, did you email this to me? No, you don't have to do both, you can just do either one. And then on the document, you finish that, on the document, it's really when you're writing sentences the first time. You give me this, and then I know that, thank you, honey. No, it's a lot, guys, you're. Yeah, wow, they have to cut it, yeah. My virtual doing okay? Are y'all doing okay, virtual? Okay, let me know if you have any questions, okay? We're still working on sentences, finishing up their cards in here. I can just combine with your card when you're finished. I'll probably just wait till everybody's finished and combine with them. Whatever. Guys, I still had 3 reading quotes without names on them. One is a really cool caution. And this one is Rita lives 1,000 miles before he dies. Somebody here? And then reading is dreaming with open eyes. Somebody?
Right, do we have to color our picture? I'm sure it.
You don't have, if you don't have to color it, if you want to put color on it, you can. I mean, it's nice too, but you don't have to. Very nice. Very excellent.
What's red?
Yes. Yes.
My Wi-Fi is acting slow, period, so I don't know when to load.
Okay. Don't stress. This is being recorded. So honestly, after we do the vocab here, we'll read through the sentences, and then we're going to work on resume and application essay. Do you have any questions for me?
No, man.
Will you please email me with any questions? We're going to do the same thing on Thursday. We'll have the next 5 words in the middle, and then we'll work on resume and application essay. I've got it due Monday night by midnight, so just let me know if you have any questions. That's what we're doing the whole period.
Okay.
And you can always go back and watch it if you need to, because I'm recording it, okay?
Okay.
Everyone else okay on virtual?
Because of the storms, my internet's being really slow, so my document hasn't loaded.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. Just, you can do that on your own, like when it behaves, and just know if you can, when you can, be thinking about your essay and working on your resume. You might be able to work offline some, and then when it comes back on, let me see it. So, does that sound good? Okay. And in a minute, I'm going to show you guys 35 different prompts that you haven't seen that might help you if you haven't thought of your essay prompts yet. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start reading these. Now here, I might not read all of them every time, but I thought we would go ahead and, again, these people, by putting these up here, you're all right with us if it needs to be corrected in some way, doing that, and it's just part of it. So, you can read it yourself, or I can read it to the class. It's up to you. So, Hunter, about for adroit, do you want me to read it, or do you want to read it?
You can read
Okay. To become a doctor, the man had to be adroit. Perfect. All right, Chris, you want me to read it? Okay. The teacher explained the lesson in an adroit manner. Good. And Madison Kirksey? It was an adroit way to solve the problem. Good. The child was an adroit football player at an early age. Very good. John figured out the answer to the problem in an adroit way. Good. She stopped the patient from bleeding in an adroit way. And the boy was an adroit in the field of science. Guys, those are excellent. Very good sentences. And I'm not finished. Billy was a very adroit at math when he started high school. The boy was not adroit in front of strangers, but around his close friends, he was a different person. Very nice. The author was very adroit at writing. Good. Sam was adroit when he first took the ACT. Good. He was very adroit about computers and coding. And the retired teacher was very adroit. Guys, those are excellent. Excellent sentences. Okay, next is macroscopic. Again, macroscopic means visible to the naked eye, right? So again, Hunter, the sun was bright and macroscopic on a summer day. Great. The clouds were macroscopic. The ant was hardly macroscopic. Good. The moon is very macroscopic at night. I really like that one too, because that one means, had it been just a little bit smaller, you would have had to have a microscope to see it. The moon is very macroscopic at night. On a sunny day, the sun is very macroscopic. Yes. The macroscopic spider on the wall scared the girl. The fish in the deep blue water were very macroscopic. The bird was macroscopic when he was really high. Oh, even though he was really high. Yes. And there is a macroscopic crack in my diamond earring. There was a macroscopic stain on my shirt from the coffee I spilled this morning. Oh no. The effects of the virus on the skin were very macroscopic, and the clouds in the sky were macroscopic. Again, those are excellent, excellent sentences. All right, fatuous. What does fatuous mean? Foolish, silly, right. The fatuous child ruined the birthday party. The man was very fatuous. Sarah made a fatuous comment in the middle of class. The fatuous husband made the wife mad with his words. Billy was fatuous when taking his test. Maybe he was popping his bubble gum or something. I can see that. The man scared his passengers with fatuous driving. Good. Good. Okay, ferret. And let's see, this is our last one today.
Well, I had one, but it was under ferret somehow.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll read it. The fatuous kids made the mom mad. Perfect.
And there's some more under ferret.
Oh, is there more? Okay. It's all right.
Another one.
The mom's fatuous antics made the children laugh. Very good. The clowns were fatuous. Good. Right, ferret. Billy, and what does ferret mean again? As far as a verb, not a noun. Search out? Yes. Yes.
It would not let me click on the dog.
Would it not? We've had that issue before. Maybe get out of it and let me go back into it. Try that. It's this morning 1B was very, let me see, it was hard to be patient with the brain, and then the internet was going in and out. It was something else. All right. Let's see. And by the way, if I happen to, let's see, as long as you're putting your sentences up here during bell work time, even if I've already read it, you're still getting counted for doing it on a shared document. Does that make sense? Like, let's just say, oh, she missed mine because I just put it on there. It's still counting as publication. So, because I go back and I check to see who's on here. All right, ferret. Bill forgot the car keys in the house and failed to ferret it out, so the children were late for school. Very excellent. Okay, I'm going to skip down to ferret and I'll go back to bovine. The man had to ferret the unknown animal from the shed. Ooh, that was scary. It was hard to ferret the math problem. Very excellent. And the lady had to ferret through the parking lot for her car. Billy could not ferret the answer in the book. These are so good. I had to ferret for the missing key. I had to ferret something out from under my seat. Excellent. And in the pitch black room, I ferreted about the wall for the light switch. I ferret about the room. Okay, good. I couldn't ferret my phone under the couch. I lost my map and had to ferret through my backpack. Perfect. Guys, those are so good. Finally, bovine. What is bovine? Here it's an adjective. And I said if you use it as a noun, as long as used correctly, I'm not going to count off. Because we know in the English language, depending on how we use it, sometimes words can be, maybe the adjectives are typically nouns. So bovine means having to do with what? Cattle. So we typically think an adjective needs a noun, behind it, unless you're saying the cows were bovine. I mean, that's redundant though. All cows are bovine, aren't they? How about the bovine-looking creature? Or the dog looked bovine.
Bovine disease.
Bovine disease. Mad cow disease is a bovine disease. Okay, that's very excellent. All right, our school has bovine in the barn, and there it's used as a noun, and I'm not going to count that wrong, because there we're using it as a noun, and we understand that means a cow, right? I decided to take my first class on bovine science. Good. There were 5 wild bovine animals loose in the field. Good. Learning about bovine was very interesting. The boy looked in the field and saw something bovine. And bovine is really good to eat. They kept bovine for meat and milk. The girl's father kept bovine for food. But dissected, bovine eyeballs. Ooh. And the college taught a course on bovine anatomy. Hey guys, those are excellent. Very excellent. Now, I'm not rushing you all, but I thought I would go ahead and you keep working on these if you're not finished. But I thought I would go ahead and just remind you of what's coming up with the resume. For those, it's always good to be reminded, I guess. So what I do in my topics, I'll go to resume, and I see where I need to submit my resume by Monday night, right? I see that right there. I've already got one turned in. I can go and look at samples, and I'm going to take you to this bottom one first. This is from the college guy, and I like his templates because even though it says they're college, you can what says college resume templates for high school students. So you can adjust these, and they're just a little bit different, each of them, but you can copy them and you just put your own information in. Now, if you've already started on Canvas or if you've already started on Google, that is fine. But I just want to show you some more options. So here, you can, and it's nothing wrong with having a plain. Someone asked me, does it have to be fancy with all the, I said, no. I mean, it just so the information's correct and it's in a very neat format. That's all that matters. So you need your name at the top, permanent address, permanent mobile email or your phone, and then your permanent email. Notice education's at the top. You will graduate from Westside High School May 24th, 2021. And then what do you do the day after graduation? You go on your resume and you push graduated. Or you can just list Westside High School, May 2021. That means you graduated from there. Some people, you can put the town, Jonesboro, Arkansas, and the year. You don't have to put the GPA and all that because they have it. If you want to put it, you can. You don't have to, right? It's up to you. Okay, notice they list experience next. And what have I told y'all for academic resumes? You really need what after education? Those honors, things like that. Then you would want to put down clubs, organizations, activities, followed by experience. And then finally, you need your references on there. So experience here, they're listing their, and this could be done a number of ways. They've listed experience as on the forensics team as lead debater. What else could that have been put under instead of experience? Since they were on the forensics team, what other heading could he have used or she have used? Activity, right? That's right. They just chose experience. That's okay. Just do not list something twice. Don't be redundant on your resume. Again, if you're in something and you hold some kind of title, be sure and put that down. It's also nice to make a laconic description of your activity or whatever you're talking about. Yes.
On your resume, do you put what you did in 8th grade too, or no? Because at Valley View, 8th grade is considered high school.
Right. So here's your 9th grade is, it's, that I'd say since you do what you please, but here it'd be 9th through 12. Since you, from there, after it was high school, you do 8th through 12. Okay, so a nice description's good. Eagle Scout also could be considered an organization or activity. They put under experience. All right, so and notice they've got their title, the year. Guys, I've seen years on resumes and grades. And typically, because once you graduate, people don't really talk about grades anymore. It's like they talk about on a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior college, on postgraduate, right? So I would do years. You have to count back, but I would do that. Start with the most recent and go backward. That means anything in 9th grade. Let's say you started on subcommittee in 9th grade. That would need to go at the bottom because that's been a while. It's not still important. You want to start with the most recent first. Okay, next, awards and honors. Again, Scouts Eagle Project, Rockland County Forensic League. I really need to encourage y'all. I've heard too many times, I don't have any honors, I don't have any recognition. You guys, if you're part of a team and your team was recognized, your team competed, that goes on your resume. If you were selected for prom committee last year, even though prom didn't happen, that's still recognition. Homecoming, that goes on there. Okay, student of the week. Yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear something.
Okay, so guys, look at this other one. Someone have a question? Yes.
The only thing I have left on my resume is my references.
No, you talk on that. Now, this.
I'm skilled as a hard worker and
Hey guys, really quick, everybody's doing all the 5 words on the Google Doc. The little number is just for that part. That's all that's for. That's all, that's what we have a pretty good plan on. That's so good. Okay? You have told me what to do, right? You just think those numbers fit. I'll be right over there.
I don't have to look yet, but I'll look for references.
It's okay, just be thinking on it and ask and write, or we can.
I don't have any references.
I mean, you can put me down if you want to. I mean, well, I'm impressed so far, so I'm not.
Yeah, who do we put on our resume?
So you put me down, so you don't know me yet. So I'm good.
Okay, questions on the resume? You have any questions? You don't see that there are more templates on there? I'm gonna show you a few more. I'm about to talk about the essay because I don't want anybody confused. The resume is just a list of what you've been doing since ninth grade. Resume is 18 words with what I've been doing, what I've been doing. That's what resume is.
Yes, we need to talk to the You literally start that. Which degree or role was for me? I'm gonna put her anyway.
If you put a picture as a reference, do you put the first name?
You do. First name? Yes.
I use you as a reference.
Yes, I'm making this reference. Now, guys, here's the deal. I know, I've only known you a week and a half. I've known Jesse longer. I've known Jesse for 3 years. But yes, you can put me down if you want to. I'm offering that. Don't make me do something to say something
What
awful.
do we need to put down for our references, like number?
Yes, you need the name, their title, that's what they do. If they're retired, they're retired. They're a retired neighbor. You put down the phone number and an email if they have one.
What if I don't?
Then just, you can put down your name, that's right. Okay, look at this other template. See this one? If you like this one better, education, extracurricular, honors. You know, guys, there's several of these on here. And again, you can make a copy of it and make it your own. There's another one. Here's yet another one. Okay, here's one. That looks like the first one that looks like the first one that I put up there. Yeah, so this looks like the first one. Kind of, doesn't it? Similar. And finally, okay, this one looks different. Guys, this is more wide. Look what they've done here on this template. And I mean, I like it fine. The dates are all on the right. Got your columns flush left. And they've got more room here to go across explaining. So it's just basically a matter of taste, preference, what you prefer. Okay, if there are no questions on the resume, I'm going to go ahead and start talking again about the application essay. And I'm going to go over here for college application essay for this. This is a separate assignment, also due Monday night. And you would submit it right here. All right, so the first thing I'm going to look at is the rubric. So how am I going to be graded on this? Very simple. I need to feel like I'm having a conversation with you. It needs to be very conversational. All right, so you can use you, me, I. It needs to seem like you're sincere. You need to be, don't give the feel like I really hate doing this essay. It's a real waste of time. It comes off in your voice. So it needs to be, sincere, that you care, you're enthusiastic, that you reveal an insight about yourself, that you take a risk by making it sound like any other essay, because this is a special one. This is hopefully one you can use for scholarships, once you maybe compete in a program, because oftentimes you might even kind of recycle it and use it as a freshman in college, because guys, whether you know it or not, there are scholarships available for whatever your subject area is that you can apply for freshmen and sophomore adults. That means when you're a freshman and sophomore in college, you might be able to get a $1,000 scholarship. So it'll be handy to have something again so that you can go to. Mechanics. Does the essay have a beginning, middle, and end? Is it complete? Are there a variety of sentences? You don't want to have them all short and choppy, nor do you want them all long. Focused essay, talk about one aspect of yourself or tell one story. And avoid wordiness. You want to be laconic. You don't want to be, you're taking 25 words to say something you could say in 5 words and be grammatically sound. So that is the rubric. Questions on the rubric. All right, next, and then again, I want to go over, and I'm going to copy this to this is the 35 prompts in case you haven't found your prompts you want. I'm going to go ahead and add this to the list. And this is the 35. You're going to see how they get a little redundant, because some of these are like, we've already read that one. Okay, I'm going to go backwards. All right, 35. What is one thing you want to accomplish in college? That's something you could, I've seen that before in scholarship applications. Who is someone you have spoken up for because he or she cannot speak up for him or herself? That could be one. What book would you recommend to everybody? And explain why. Talk about a person in your life who has helped you understand yourself better. If you could add an amendment to the Constitution, what would you add? Of course, you need to explain. What do you want people to know about you but are afraid to tell them? Pick a law and explain why it is important to you. Why it is so important to you. Why do you want to attend this college university? Now, 28, I have seen that specifically if you are wanting to go in the medical field. It's highly, highly competitive. And, just to get in is competitive. And if you're wanting money to get in, even more so. So here you want to mention specific and unique aspects of the university. Let them know that you know about their university. And also, it says there's so much information on the internet that there's no excuse for a poorly researched response on that one. All right, if you could stop one invention from being invented, what would it be? That's, again, you want to explain why, what would it be? If you could give any advice to an incoming high school student, what would it be? I've read some excellent essays on 26, because I learned from this to, almost kind of like a big brother, big sister type thing. Looking out for this is the advice I would give. 25, if you could time travel to any time, place, where would you go? somewhere where there are no mosquitoes. We'll talk about a personal accomplishment that is unrelated to academics, but that means a lot to you. And this is good. This is very good. If you could change one day of your life, what would you change and why? We had a similar question on the journal. I was asking the journalistic six, who, what, where, when, why, how, and that was one of them, kind of. Why do you feel so passionate about something? What makes you angry? What are you doing or what have you done about it? Write an essay about a time that you had to be brave or stand up for what you believed in. Tell us a eureka moment that you had and what sparked it. If you were to teach a class, what would your class be on? If you were going to give a TED Talk, what topic would it be? What would it be about? If you could meet with any person, living or dead, for an hour, who would it be and what would you say to them? Okay. Write about the role that a certain activity, sports, theater, band has had on your life. Tell us the best advice you've ever gotten, who told it to you, and whether or not you followed it. Have we already read these together? I had deja vu. Have we already done this? I can't trust myself because I have other classes, but anyway, okay. Pick your own topic. Talk about broad. Literally, you can write about anything. Pick your own topic. Describe something you're passionate about. How do you learn more about it? What makes it so appealing? Tell us about a time where you had to either take a risk or stay safe. What did you do? What happened? Would you do it again? Write about your most embarrassing moment and how you learned from it. Pick a quote that describes a lot about you and explain why you connect with it. Write about your life goals. Tell us a topic that you have changed your mind on in the past 3 years. Write your top 10 list. All right, it says don't simply put 10 things you enjoy, get specific, pick something you love and give your top 10, maybe the top 10 memories of your life, top 10 favorite books, or top 10 quotes. Make sure you give clear explanations of the items on your list. The more specific, the better. Describe a favorite book or movie where the main character has to decide something difficult. What did you think about their choice? Write about a moment that illustrated your shift from child to adult within your community or family. Write about a problem that you have or want to solve. It can be as big or as small as you can think of. Tell us again about a time where you were challenged, where you challenged your pre-existing worldview. Why would you do it again? And this is the time you felt at something. How did it affect you? And finally, a facet of your identity, background, or story that is essential to who you are. Okay, so again, those are all, up for picking. So I'm hoping at this time everybody has an idea of what they're going to write about. So how do you start? You don't have to write an essay in order. In fact, I hope no one does. Typically, you write it, you build an essay. So, it might be that you title it last. Every essay needs a title. It needs to be typed 12 times in Roman in MLA. You start off with a hook. You want to make sure you bring the reader in and then stick to it. Have a beginning, middle, and end. Okay? You want to read some more sample essays, or did we read some? You want to read some more? No? We're good? And I'm going to hush. I'm going to check on my virtual. Y'all doing okay? Everybody okay? Okay, they're working on resumes and essays. So you guys, please use this time if you can to work on it, even if you have to go offline and work on it. That's what we're doing. I'm leaving my microphone on, but I'm turning the recording off because as far as presenting the material, I'm not going to. But is there any questions you guys have? Well, when you think of them, just let me know. You can either put it in chat or just say my name because the recording is on, okay? Or the microphone's on, okay? All right. Oh, I'm just coming around to see everybody.
I've got list all the awards in my activities, my experience, and I got 30 references. I emailed them. I just don't know what else to do. All 30 hands-on work.
Okay. Think about your computer skills. I know you think, it's nothing, but it is something.
Yeah.
So, the Google, the stupid things to do, the slides, you think, that's nothing. It is something. There are people out there who don't have a clue. If you're not underestimate yourself.
No problem.
Yes, no problem.
This is 2 pages. Because, I didn't have enough room on the activity.
Is that good enough for us? Just awesome. Do you have any questions?
No, I just didn't know it to be more than
It can be, it's right.
I do have another thing. Is it all right? Would it look okay if they're all teachers from the same school?
Well, this is what I did. I came up with what I did not like the 11th grade and then got all that and then put on. Yeah.
Guys, real quick, in Tribe, please tell me you've been doing your student, what is it called, that student success plan.
I'm better than them.
Okay, well, how about you were at the other experience school, so hang on. So you can go there and get a lot of your information, I hope. I hope your chief pushed you to do that. I've been pushing mine.
Wait, does this have to be double?
Not your resume, no. Your essay does. Okay. Question. So does that look all right? No. So it's easier for you to go back. I mean, you can just pick any seasons. What I do is I will keep on extra.
What's that house?
Okay, so you can pick what do you call your age?
We're a woman.
Basketball. Then you have all the track, baseball, what? Bowling.
So I need to wait till I get their phone numbers and stuff. Plus and stuff.
You can, if you want to send it in and then I do it, do it.
I have their emails on it.
That's fine. But yeah, when I email you back, you won't forget to get back to college. Good. I'm gonna come back to you, you just think, on it. Is it time, it is time, hang on, but wait, let me check. We don't have a bell anymore. It's time for lunch, y'all go have a good lunch. Okay, wash your hands. Everybody wash. I'll get them, you live on this. If you wanna grab some hand sanitizer on the way out, you may go to lunch. Back to your hands clean, have a good lunch, we'll come back at 11:25. Yes. Have a good lunch. I'm gonna make my way around the room.
Well, I gotta work on this.
Will they announce it to me or something? That's my problem.
Okay,
Okay,
so-
11:25?
For my regular essay, not my college essay, I was thinking about doing, because I have like a lot of characters.
Mhm.
I was thinking, could I do like character background, like character backstory?
Very creative.
Because I have a lot of characters that have interesting backgrounds, and it would help me kind of develop their background.
I think that's fantastic. So you're putting out your essay, just.
The regular essay.
Just let us know what time that's what you're doing and we'll do it. That sounds fantastic. Whoa, if you'd like to go get lunch or
Yeah,
you just wanna
I'll
hang out, whatever you need to
Put something
do.
down wrong. there.
It's, we've got, 30 minutes and you're welcome to be in here if you want to.
We're back here
25,
11:20.
yes. I'm gonna stop recording. Hayden, I'm here if you need me, but we're